Hey neighbor. So I came to the realization that I think I think I'm too old for video games. So last weekend or Friday of last weekend, I bought the new FIFA. I digital downloaded it because, like I mentioned in my video on Friday, that had some things to do. Wanted to watch the Penn State game. We won by like 60 points. We're amazing. It's great. We play Purdue this weekend. Should be a good game. But yeah, I download FIFA in the middle of the Penn State game. I think I started it at halftime, and then when the game was over, I'm like, all right, well, time to play FIFA. I boot up the skill games. I just breeze through the passing ones, and I'm like, I'll do the rest of them later because I know there's always an achievement for doing all the skill games. So I'm like, I'm gonna get that one, and then I boot up career mode. And I'm like, all right, got to be Shamrock Rovers like I did last year. Got to take them, uh, move them into the fourth tier of English football, and I'm just going to win every game until they're first place in the Premier League, and then I'll start again with a different team. And I get through the first game, and I'm like, all right, that was fun, but I don't really want to play anymore. And maybe it's just the sports game, the repetitive nature of it, but I kind of felt the same way during the Call of Duty beta that it's just going to be the same thing over and over again, and I'm never actually going to enjoy it. The only thing that I'm going to enjoy is playing with a friend. And I have like a whole list of games that I want to get. Like I want to get the WWE game. I want to get Call of Duty when it comes out. I want to get Pokemon. I want to get the Star Wars movie. I think it's or yeah movie game. What is it? Jedi Fallen Order. But I keep thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm going to play these games for a week, beat them, and I'm not going to have anything to do again. That's what $240 in games that I just named. So it's like, is this? Am I too old for video games? Like I lack the joyful enthusiasm of a child to just sit there and do the same thing over and over again. And I always need the new shiny bright thing. And I know I'm like straying away from your question of the day, which is Toys R Us is back as True Kids or True Toys or True TV or whatever. I just am having a midlife crisis at 27 when it comes to video games. Like, I feel like the last video game that I truly enjoyed playing by myself for just hours and hours and hours and hours and hours at a time was Fortnite. And then I bought this computer because I wanted to get good, hashtag get good at Fortnite on the computer. And then we never played. And then I downloaded, what was it, Apex Legends. And I was absolutely trash at it and got cursed out by my first teammate because I didn't know how to play, which naturally was like the second day Apex Legends was a thing that I just was supposed to know how to play. And then like I went back to Xbox and we played some Switch, but I didn't really love playing Smash Brothers. It was fun because we were playing as a team. Not as a team, but against each other. You know what I mean? And so for the past, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, I don't keep track of time. I've been playing NCAA football, been playing as Middle Tennessee State. Why? No one knows. And I'm just playing the games over and over and over and over and over and over. Got them up to number one in recruiting class, and we're projected to be 1, 2, 2, 1 in terms of the next 4 years, in terms of championship contenders. Like, I beat the game. I've beaten it. I've done this 100 times. But I don't get the same enjoyment out of it. I don't get enjoyment out of, like, any of the games that I play anymore. Maybe it says more about me. Now I'm just ranting. So your question of the day. Yes, it's good to have toy stores back because you can go in person and pick up a toy. I don't like that Amazon dominates everything. Given the I already got rid of my Amazon Prime account. I would do it again. It's not necessary. It just leads to me buying more things that I don't need. Like I would rather just go like when I downloaded FIFA. That was like the second or third game that I'd ever digital download. I think the first one was the Madden game that came with my Xbox One. I think I'm too old for video games. I don't get the same enjoyment out of them. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the end. I'm too old for video games. Question of the day time. Can I ask, am I too old for video games? Even though I know you're going to be like, oh no, you can never be too old for video games. Yeah, so after that beautiful rant, check back in every weekday for a new episode of the 90s Vlog. You can follow me on Twitter, and I can talk about how I'm too old for video games there. At 90s Guy Kev. You can follow Tom on Twitter at 90s Guy Tom. You can follow both of us on Instagram at the 90s Guys. And yeah, with that, I'll catch you tomorrow, Tom.